Yo, what's up, guys? This is JAUNZEMIS. I want to talk about game in general and basically kind of just reiterate a couple of things and kind of give you guys maybe a different way to look at things, a different mindset per se, to kind of understand a little bit more about the goal of what you're trying to do. Now, a lot of guys will say things like game is a myth, game doesn't exist. They have every excuse in the book to not self-improve, not to better themselves and become a better, more attractive version of themselves in order to get more women, in order to garner more female attention, in order to learn the techniques, the tactics, the strategies, the techniques, and the cognitive tools of everything that you need in order to attract women. See, there's like this, I don't know, weird misconception. People are always like, well, just be yourself. And if she likes you, she likes you. Well, yeah, how well is that working for you? If you're a guy who's been being yourself for your whole life, and yourself is just a guy who likes to hang out in his mom's basement and play Call of Duty all day and doesn't have a job and like picks his nose and picks his butt and, you know, sits around in his fucking boxer shorts all day on the couch, you know, watching Pornhub, jerking off, eating Cheetos, and just being a loser. I mean, if that's being yourself, then, you know, that's just not what women want. You have to self-improve and become a better version of yourself if you want women to notice you. But then beyond all that basic stuff, there's learning things like how to text a girl properly, like using proven texts that basically a girl reads that are intriguing, that gets her to want to meet up with you. There are better ways of approaching girls than others. Sure, you can walk up to a girl and just be like, bleh. That's not really the best way to approach her. It would be better if you were able to walk up to her and say something funny and interesting that make her laugh, that make her feel good, something that's like makes her think, something that's interesting, something that makes you stand out. There's just ways to do that rather than just say walking up to the girl and going, you know, I like your shoes, or something stupid like that. Or, hey, you look very beautiful tonight. The 20 guys who approached her before you said that thing, and basically when you do that and you walk up to her and you tell her how pretty she is, or how beautiful, or how hot she is, or you like her outfit, she looks very nice tonight, you know, 20 other guys have already said that to her. So you're just the next guy. So as soon as you approach her and say something like that, she's like, wow, gee, how original. Like, I've heard that before. Like, I just want to tell you, you're so beautiful. And she's like, oh, cool, thanks. Like, yeah, I've heard that before. I heard that from that guy, and I heard that from that guy. No. There's just more interesting ways to do that. And if you guys want to know how to do that, I have a video. It's called How to Start Conversations with Women. It's like a 2-hour seminar, and it shows you some really great secrets. And you can check out my book, How to Pick Up Hot Women, on Amazon. It's only $6 for the Kindle right now. And I show you all the best ways to start conversations with women that are going to naturally create attraction and intrigue with them. And they're going to want to give you their phone number. They're going to want to go on a date with you. And let's say, for example, you use those techniques and you create attraction and you get the girl's phone number. Next, you need to know how to text the girl properly. There are definitely better texts to send than others. Sure, you could just send a bunch of random texts. Hey, what's up? How's your day going? Or what kind of music do you like? And then there are specific texts that you can send her where she says, oh, wow, like, this guy seems cool. I want to hang out with him. I want to meet up with him. There are ways to do things faster in dating, right? So once you start texting the girl, the point is to get her onto a date. Now, a lot of guys, they might think, well, the perfect date would be dinner. Well, the perfect date would be a movie. The perfect date would be taking her to Disneyland, or taking her to a concert, or a walk in the park. And there's a bunch of like Hollywood ideas of what a date should be. And then there are dates that will actually get you fucking laid. Like basically a date straight back to your house, which by the way doesn't cost anything. A lot of you guys are spending hundreds of dollars taking women out to Olive Garden, Cheesecake Factory, Red Lobster, all these chain restaurants. You guys that are broke are like, well, I can only afford, I'll take her to McDonald's or Burger King or something. Like, you don't have to spend any money. You don't actually have to take a girl to dinner to get some pussy. You don't have to do it. You can just invite the girl straight back to your house to split a bottle of wine, to watch TikTok videos, to watch YouTube videos, to hang out, to watch Netflix and chill. Those dates will actually get you laid if you know how to run the date properly. There are things you can do on a date that are better than others. You know, you can sit there at a table at Olive Garden sitting across from her and like folding your hands and like eating perfect and basically, you know, having nice, polite conversation. You know, what do you do for work? What kind of music do you like? You know, what's in your CD player right now? Do you have any brothers or sisters? You can have all this boring, mundane talk and be the perfect gentleman, and then you wonder why at the end of the night she puts you in the friend zone. You get a nice kiss on the cheek. She tells you, wow, you were really sweet. You're such a great guy. But you know what? I just don't feel that chemistry. I don't feel that spark between us. And then it's over for you. Then you're basically put in the friend zone, the friend jail, the friend Alcatraz. And of course, it's over for you. Just chill out here for a second and finish this blog up real quick. But yeah, you don't want to get stuck in the friend zone. There are ways you can manage the date that are going to lead to foreplay, that are going to lead to a makeout, or French kissing. And that's going to lead to the foreplay. That's going to lead to sucking on the girl's tits, getting a blowjob, going down on her, licking her pussy, eating her out, and then ultimately getting sex, getting laid. And a lot of guys, like I said, they don't have any strategy. They're like a person, you know, I play chess, so I like to use chess metaphors. And if you're a guy who's never played chess before, all you see is a bunch of squares and a bunch of random pieces, and you don't know what the fuck to do. You don't know how the pieces move. You don't know how the game works. And of course, you go up against a grandmaster chess player, and he's going to just checkmate you real quick because you don't even know what the fuck you're doing. You have no game, don't have any skill. But in time, you start understanding, oh, these are pawns. You know, this is a knight, this is a bishop, this is a rook, this is a queen, this is a king. Oh, they move in these particular order, these particular spaces. So now you can start moving the pieces around. That's like a guy who, you know, he's at the level of basically like, okay, I approach a girl, but I don't really know what to say, but I'm just kind of shooting from the hip, and I'll just walk up and be like, hey, you know, you're beautiful. Or, can I get your number? And maybe he does manage to get a number, but then he takes her out on a date, and the date doesn't go anywhere. He just basically gets put in the friend zone because she's like, well, yeah, he approached me, and I was kind of bored, and I gave him my number, and then he took me out. He was just like boring. He didn't talk about anything interesting. He didn't know how to sexually escalate the situation. He didn't make any moves on me. Like, that's like the guy who's like, would you like to go to a movie with me? And the girl's like, okay, fine. You know, and then you go to the movie and then you just sit there and you never have the balls to put your arm around her, right? You're never making any move. You don't have no game. And of course, then it's going to be over for you. So for example, in chess, you learn a little bit more. You start reading the instructions. You start getting used to the game, and then you realize, oh, there's actually a strategy to this. The first thing I'm supposed to do is control the center. The next thing I'm supposed to do is develop my minor pieces, and then I want to castle, I want to get my king to safety. Then you start developing, oh wow, there's a strategy to this, and if I do this, it puts me in a better winning position. Doesn't mean that you're going to win the game, but you're going to do a lot better than just throwing the pieces all over the place. And really what I'm talking about, like, this is what game is basically kind of understanding the dating game, understanding how it all works, and having a strategy, having a better strategy that's going to get you more results. You're not necessarily ever going to fuck every single girl, but if you learn game, if you learn the techniques, the tactics, and the strategies of how to approach women, how to create attraction, and how to get a phone number, and then you learn the tactics and strategies of how to text a girl properly to get her back to your house, and then if you know how to run the date properly and manage the date to basically sexually escalate, physically escalate the situation from, you know, maybe you start dancing with her, and then you start kissing her, and you guys start into the foreplay, and then the sex happens, and you know how to physically escalate the situation and move from basically step by step of the game, from light touches to kissing, to foreplay, and then to sex. And if you know how to do all that properly, you're going to get laid a lot more of the time than not. What you're basically doing as you learn more game, you basically increase your closing ratio. And then you start basically playing the numbers game, where you don't just leave it up to chance and just wait, oh, you know, I'll just go to the bar, and if a girl talks to me, then, you know, if she likes me, she likes me. You start actually going out with purpose and basically saying, hey, I'm going to make sure that I talk to at least 10 or 20 different girls every single night, if not hundreds of girls. The more volume that you work, the more chance you have to get more phone numbers. The more phone numbers, or what I like to call leads, that you have can lead to more dates, and that can lead to more sexual opportunities. And then you add all these other areas of game, like lifestyle development. You know, not just going out talking to ladies, but actually working on yourself, working on your life, getting a better job, getting money in the bank, buying a better car, becoming a better person, having a more interesting personality, going out and doing interesting things with your life and building your social media, building content, going out hiking and rock climbing and, you know, fishing, playing football with your friends, and then taking pictures and putting them on social media so that a girl, when she, you know, sees your Instagram, she's like, wow, this guy's a really interesting person. He does all these things. He has all these hobbies. He plays sports. Oh, he plays instruments. He plays the guitar. He's in a band. You add all of this stuff and build this interesting lifestyle to make yourself the best, most attractive version, the most attractive man that you can be. And that's just going to start pulling women in like a fucking magnet. And then you work on your health and your fitness game. You go to the gym, you start getting jacked, like you start looking good, more sexually attractive. You get those six-pack abs, you get those bulging biceps. You just build a much more attractive body. You work on your fashion game. You start dressing, wearing like awesome brand name clothing, designer jeans, name brand shoes, custom tailored suits and ties. Like you just start looking like the full package man, and then you live your life like that, and your overall game basically makes you stand out like a beacon to beautiful women. Like when you walk in the club, women are just like, who is that guy? Then you develop your social life. You start hanging out with like not just your friends, but like other beautiful women, and you go rolling with a big entourage of people to the nightclub. Now you're a guy in this suit and tie with cool shades on, and you're walking in the club with 2 hot women next to you, or maybe even 3 or 4 hot women, and then you got your friends with you, and you got your nice fucking ride outside of the club, and then you're talking to all these ladies, you're smooth talking, you're confident. When you put all of that together, now you're a man of high value. You got money in the bank, you got your pimped out pad, you know, with the pool, you got your jacuzzi in the living room, you got your big screen TVs, you got your leather couches, you got your whole life. You have all areas and all aspects of your life together. Now you're the fucking man. Now you are that high value 10 out of 10 man. And hot women are just going to be drawn to you. And that's why it says you can't just learn game overnight. Game is like lifestyle development, all of this stuff. Learning your social skills, improving your lifestyle, improving your health and your fitness, improving your money situation, all of that stuff. When you put it all together, that's game. So imagine that guy that I'm talking about versus the guy that we first started talking about, who doesn't have any techniques, he doesn't have any strategies. He just sits at his home, plays Call of Duty in his boxer shorts, eating fucking Dorito chips, jerking off to Pornhub all day, lives in his mom's basement, right? Which of these 2 guys, if you were a hot woman, which guy would you want to date? And that's right there. You guys, if you guys, you know, who would you want to be laying in bed next to naked? Who would you want to introduce to your mom and your dad as your boyfriend? Which of these 2 guys? Right? Obviously, the much more attractive, high-value man, because he has all these awesome things going on. Not only does he live that awesome, interesting lifestyle where he has all this stuff going on, but he's also got the social skills and the cognitive tools and all the techniques and strategies of knowing, okay, I've got to talk to this woman. I know that the next step after I talk to the woman is to get her phone number. And the point of getting the girl's phone number is to get her on a date. The purpose of a date is to start physically escalating to at least the first kiss and move to the foreplay. We want to get the girl into some form of isolation, whether that's like the backseat of the car, in a public toilet in the nightclub, in a porta potty, behind some bushes, behind the dumpster at the bar, back at her place, back at my place. I got to get some isolation so that the sex can occur. And I know that after the sex occurs, that's when I have the choice to either make her my girlfriend, or I can just ghost out on her and go to the next girl and just keep repeating that process to start racking up that score. And so when you know all those techniques and strategies, and they're able to basically duplicate this process like several times a week on several different girls, this is where you just start fucking smashing girl after girl after girl and start racking up your body count. And if you guys want to be players and you want to be successful with your dating life, that's how you got to do it. That's the best way to do it. Because overall, when you become that guy, you're just going to improve not only every area and aspect of your life. You're going to be happier, you're going to be more fulfilled, you're going to make more money, you're going to live a better lifestyle. You're going to astronomically or exponentially improve your dating life. So when guys say some stuff like, you know, game is a myth, or there's no such thing as game, you know, that's fucking bullshit. I just proved it to you right there. Like, you can work on yourself, even if it takes you 5, 10, 15 years. If you got nothing going on, if you are that guy who lives in his mom's basement and has no car, no job, you know, you're a fucking loser. You work at a grocery store stocking shelves or something like that, making like $10 an hour and living in the ghetto, or like you have nothing going on, you have nothing to offer a woman. You could start today, and literally in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you can become this guy. And if it takes you that long, hey, that is what it is. Like, everybody's starting this game, the game of life, from, you know, a different place. It doesn't really matter where you're starting at, as long as you start fucking working hard on yourself. The decisions and the things that you're doing today will create your reality tomorrow, or next week, next month, next year, or next 2 years, next 5 years, next 10 years. So I would just fucking start today. And basically the best place to start if you found this video, is you need to check out my book, How to Pick Up Hot Women, on Amazon.com, where I explain all this stuff over 600 pages, all detailed, full of charts, graphs, algorithms, diagrams, and I break all of this stuff down and basically give you a full step-by-step guide to how to become the best, most attractive version of yourself and help you to succeed with women and dating. All of the information is in there. I highly, highly recommend that you go on Amazon right now, buy it. It's only $6 for the Kindle, and check it out. Get the book, learn the secrets. Because if you don't, it's going to be over for you. If you just remain this guy, you're never going to get any girls. You're going to be alone for the rest of your life, jerking off to the hub by yourself, and it'll be over for you. Or you could step up to the plate and make the decision to become this guy, and then you're going to be fucking getting laid like a rock star. So, like I say, learn game, or it's over for you. You don't want to be this guy. You want to work on becoming this guy. It's the best way to do it. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more. Leave your comments in the box below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Good luck, and game on, fellas. Peace.